Hi everyone, I'm going to make a chakra bracelet today and I'm going to show you what beads I have chosen and why I've chosen them. I've gone ahead and I've laid out my design. I am going to make an elastic bracelet, but I am going to use the double thread method. So I'm going to make a 7-inch bracelet. So I've gone ahead and measured 24 inches of elastic. Now I know that seems a lot, but we do need to double it up. We need to have some to tie, to work with. So we've got my snips. We've got 2 pairs of pliers. So I've got a jewellery bell. So I'm going to be adding a heart charm, and then I've got a little 5mm jump ring. Now before I start, I do have a website, Low Cost Craft Supplies, and there you will find jewellery, craft and jewellery making supplies. I do currently have a 10% offer off of a £10 spend. There is also a clearance sale. Every day I am adding to it. So please do go and check it out. For everybody that placed orders with me over the weekend, they all went out yesterday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your orders. So what beads am I using? We've got some 6mm alloy spacer beads. We've got 8mm lava beads. This is a very decorative curved bead. This is also made of alloy, but they're great, but very good for hiding knots. So now we come on to the 7 chakra gemstones, and each gemstone corresponds to a certain chakra, helping to support balance, awareness and intention along your energy journey. Now before I start, I want you to go online and have a look at chakra bracelets. I'm not going to put any pictures up. Go and have a look at some bracelets. Okay, pause me, go and have a look at some bracelets and then come back to me. Hopefully you've been to have a look at some bracelets. Now, have you noticed that you'll get a bead like that and a bead like this? This is a red glass bead. Simply a red glass bead. This is simply a purple glass bead. Some will say this is agate beads. They're sold as a chalcedony, but at the end of the day, these are just red and purple glass beads. When you are buying your beads, really do take care. Really do take care with the beads that you're choosing. I don't know how to say. I mean, just looking at the colour alone, look at this garnet bead. It's not all the same colour. Let's go for the amethyst as well. It just doesn't look real. They just do not look real. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. So for the root chakra, I am using garnet. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine. Garnet is good for grounding, stability, security. Obviously wearing it as a bracelet is in contact with your skin. That's how it works. And next we have Sacral, the sacral chakra, and I'm using Carnelian. Sacral chakra is located below the navel, and this is great for creativity, passion and joy. The next bead, the solar plexus. Now sometimes people will use a tiger's eye bead. I am using a citrine. The solar plexus is located above the navel, and it's good for confidence, personal power and self-esteem. Then we come to the heart, and I'm using green Aventurine. Most people do use green Aventurine. The heart chakra is located at the center of the chest. Green Aventurine is love, emotional balance, joy and prosperity. Then we have blue. We've got the throat chakra, and I am using turquoise, obviously located at the throat, and that's good for communication, protection and balance. Then we've got the third eye chakra, and I am using Lapis Lazuli, and that's located between the eyebrows, and this is good for intuition, wisdom and awareness. Then we've got the crown chakra, and I'm using Amethyst, located at the top of the, obviously the top of the head, and this is good for spirituality, higher connection and pure consciousness. This follows the traditional chakra progression from the root chakra at the base of the spine up to the crown chakra at the top of the head. So I hope you found that interesting of why we use those beads. So I'm going to do the double thread method, which is basically you go through the beads twice. So here we've got, I'm just using this as a needle. It's got a gap in between. They usually do break at the top, but you can still use them. So I'm just going to thread that through. I'm just going to pop a bead clip on the end. And we're just going to thread the beads. We've got heavy rain today. So come and bead with me in the rain. I nearly lost that then. So this is what we have, and what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to go back through all of those beads and come out the other side. Take some of that tail away. You see there's a gap there, don't worry, it's absolutely fine. You'll be pulling all that together at the end. Okay. Whoops, tail fell off. So that's what we're left with. Remove the needle. So you've got this end, obviously we've got a tiny little tail, we need a longer tail. So I'm just going to pull that down. So this is what we have. If you check here, we've got 2 strands. And we've got the 1 strand at the top. Just make sure you have gone through every single bead twice. You haven't missed any out. Now we just pull everything together. And to start off, I'm just going to do a normal, simple knot. That just brings everything together. It's like a triangle. Can you see if I do that? We've got like a triangle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to go wrap it around underneath, pull through, and that will make the 2 strands come together, and we're then going to do a knot. So your bracelet should look like that. The triangle, that's better. You've got, see the triangle? So I'm putting the right hand side underneath, and I'm going to again just do a simple knot, pull together. And you're then left with this. Now, although, as you can see, it's still not secure, that will just come undone. So let's pull that all back together again. So I'm then going to do a surgeon's knot. So we go around once and we go through again, that's twice. And then we pull. We do one the other way. And because we've got such large beads, I'm going to do one for luck. They're not going anywhere. So I'm just going to snip that off. And I'm going to hide the knot. I've hidden the knot in between that large bell, and it just leaves us to put the heart charm on. Got 5mm antique silver coloured jump ring. Stainless steel would be good if you've got those. So we open the jump ring, just thread the charm, and then we're going to attach it to the bell. As you can see, the bell has got a loop. Right, there's a front and a back to this. Let's make sure I get it right. There's the front way. And then we close the jump ring, make sure there's no gaps And there we have our 7 chakra beaded bracelet. So I do hope you found that useful. Do remember to look out for those beads. Please do remember to look out for those beads. Personally, I think that looks so much better than using those 2 beads. So again, please do check out the website. I think the lava beads are in the clearance. I'm not sure if I've got any of those left. If you could like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've got lots of tutorials ideal for the complete jewelry beginner. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you can leave a comment down below, the YouTube algorithm sees the interaction and then they will share my videos out to more people, which helps my small channel grow. I would really appreciate it. And if you don't know what to say, so on this bracelet, which is your favorite? If you can't remember the names of them, what's your favorite color? Purple, blue, light blue, green, yellow, orange, red. That is the easiest way to do it. Or let me know what country you're watching me from, and then when I get a comment, it really does make my day. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, happy crafting.